Hey everybody, today we're talking with Katie Day of Real Broker. Katie is the team leader of the Move Me to Texas team here at Real. They do between 150 to 200 transactions a year. She has an amazing Instagram and social media and video presence, and she's a co-founder of the Real Estate Video Blueprint Annual Conference. Super excited to talk to her today about her experience managing and running her team here at Real Broker. Katie, how are you today?
I am doing well. Excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you as well. I've known you probably 3, 4, 5 years now, both kind of in that video space pretty early on. And you're definitely somebody that I look up to when it comes to Instagram and productivity. And so I'm definitely, pretty excited to kind of pick your brain about, your experience here at Real. And just to start off, can you tell me a little bit about why did you decide to move your team over to Real in the first place?
Yeah, for sure. So we moved the team over around this time, about 3 years ago is when we made the decision to make the move. And so we were previously at a, legacy type brokerage, brick and mortar, paying franchise fees and desk fees and all of those things. And so we started researching potentially making a change, to cloud-based brokerages, to other brick and mortar brokerages, because we were paying a lot of money and we were realizing that there may be other options out there. And so kind of once I saw the numbers for Real and just commission alone, not revenue share, not stock purchase program, just the commission numbers, I was like, it almost felt irresponsible to continue to pay as much money as we were paying to our previous brokerage. Right. And so, we thought long and hard. We actually interviewed with a ton of brokerages, both locally and cloud-based. And then we, made the decision to talk to our team and say, hey, like this is what we, think could be a really good move. We want to do this, are you all in? And we showed them the numbers as well, right? Like this is what you would have made this year. This is what you would have made it at Real. And once they saw that, they were like, we were in because like we wanted to stay with the team, but like seeing the numbers, we're definitely in. So that was the biggest catalyst for us.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like a lot of agents, a lot of teams save a tremendous amount of money coming over to Real every year. And, the way I look at it is like, if you're paying your brokerage a lot of money, like you have to ask, like, are you getting that much value back from them? And, unfortunately, most of the time, the answer is no, especially if you're paying them $75,000, $80,000 a year for a large team. So technology is obviously something that's really important to a lot of agents and a lot of team leaders. And it's something that we really focus on here at Real. What do you think about Real's technology, and like which piece of tech do you think is your favorite for you and your team?
Yeah. So, when you think about tech at Real, it kind of comes down to like Lofty if you have it and want to opt into it, Workplace, and then the app. And so for me, the app is the best part. And I think it's something that like we as agents at Real kind of we feel as if like it's just commonplace, and then when I hop on a call with an agent at another brokerage and I show them this, they're like, wait, it's all in one place. Wait, everything's in there. And so, when you look at the app, like you're able to input all of your transactions, you're able to have a snapshot of your business, of commission, of revenue share and stock, of how much, money you've made in each one of those categories. You're able to see your network of people, if you've brought anyone over to the company. But then the cool things are like all of the Real Academies in there, all of the links to all of the classes are in there. Like you don't have to search for 10,000 different websites. Everything is linked through the app. And that's something that I've seen, we've been at the company for almost the same amount of time, like so much improvement upon, over the past 3 years. And now with like the AI, it's so great to be able to click in there and ask for things. And I've seen such improvement over the past like 6 or 8 months that we've had Leo, the AI bot, like giving better answers and sending better links to things and stuff like that. So it's been really cool to see the progression of the Real app for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's most people's favorite piece of tech, and probably the one that we interact with the most. I pretty much I'm in there pretty much every day, either looking at my transactions or looking at my other numbers for my business.
Yeah.
You talk to any real estate coach, they'll tell you the first thing you need to know is your numbers for your business, and I love it. Pulled up right there on your phone. All those pertinent numbers are just right there at your fingertips. So training obviously is going to be really important for like your team members, and I think Real has some of the best training in the industry. Personally, that's kind of my belief on that. And I know you actually contribute to it as well. You do a weekly training all about video and social media in the Real Academy. What is your feedback and your review, I guess, of the training that we have here at Real, specifically like for team members?
Yeah. So what I like about it is that my team members obviously get, the training and, coaching and things like that from me and from the team, right? And so in our team meetings and we do role plays and we do trainings and different things like that on a very regular basis. But what I like about the Real Academy for them specifically is like they're able to create connections with other agents across the country, which result in referrals and just masterminding with other people and hearing things from people other than me. It sometimes gets a little monotonous to hear me say the same thing over and over and over and over again. And so when they're able to then, plug into, say, if they want to do YouTube, plug into your mastermind or, plug into a mastermind with Trey and Jeremy, and people that are doing this and are practitioners, it's really great for them to be able to, again, hear it from a different source and create connections with agents from across the country.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And so one of the benefits here is that we do have multiple streams of income in form of the stock program, in form of investing in your local title company. And then we also have the revenue share program for helping grow the company. Can you tell us a little bit about how much success you've had with that revenue share program yourself in terms of like agent count or your network? And then what is like the best way that you found to kind of like bring people on and kind of attract people to your network here at Real?
Yeah, for sure. So if you ask Tim Macy, when I first came over to the company, I really had no idea like the tiers and the people and the percentages. And like I probably had him explain it to me like both in person and via Zoom and on the phone like 4 to 15 times. And so I didn't fully understand it, right? Like I understood that you could make money off of it and that like, people were making millions of dollars at other companies and things like that. And I was like, okay, cool. Like again, I'm going to make way more money in commission than I was at my old company. So like I'm in just for that alone.
Right.
So I say all that to say, for people that may be considering coming to Real, like if it seems like uh, if it seems crazy for people to talk about, like don't worry, I was in that same position 3 years ago. So I think, I'll kind of reverse answer your questions. So the last thing that you said was like, what has been kind of the most successful thing or what's been, the way to kind of bring people on. And for me, it's been relationships. I found that my most successful people that have come over themselves and bringing on other people and my most successful people that have come and stayed with the company and things like that are ones that I have really good relationships with, and so I find that with similarly formatted companies, a lot of times people will just, kind of send out a blast email to everyone in their database being like, hey, I'm now at Real Broker. If you want to hear more about these great splits and low caps, like email me back. And like no one's going to respond to a cold email being like, I want to sell you this because it's been so great for me. Right. And so I found for me, like the relationships that I've built over time, and the brand equity that I've built up over time and me not selling Real to people, I get phone calls from my friends that are like, hey, I know you've been there for 3 years and you've never tried to recruit me. And I'm thinking I might want to come to Real. And like, could we talk about it? Those are the conversations that I'm getting, right? Versus me sending out, mass texts or DMs or, emails. I feel like that just, crushes any credibility that you may have.
Right.
So, over the past 3 years, I've been super fortunate to grow a network of over 1,400 agents. And so, it's worked well for me so far. So yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, I love that. That's massive. That's life changing right there. I think it's pretty life changing for just about anybody there. And so, like, obviously, culture and community is really important to a lot of agents as well when choosing, a brokerage to grow their business with. How would you describe the culture and community that we have here at Real? And I'm saying this as you are like an influencer in our culture and community, and somebody kind of helps direct the culture and this weird obsession with sneakers that we have at this company. But how would
Have
you
you?
describe our culture?
I'll ask you a question first. Have you bought any sneakers for Video Blueprint
I have
yet,
been
or no?
tempted to. I was
Okay.
tempted to. I watched your video on Instagram this morning, and you're saying you can get a nice pair of Jordans, I think, for $200 or something like that,
Yeah.
as an
Yeah.
entry
Yeah.
level sneaker.
Yeah.
I'm you got me thinking about it. I've
Yeah.
never
Okay. Okay.
thought about that before, but
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah. Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Malcolm's like, I'm just a simple guy here. I don't want a
I
sneaker
like brown
obsession.
shoes, just brown
Yeah.
leather shoes is all I ever wear, but we'll
What
see.
what size shoe are you?
I am a 12.
12. Okay. Noted. Noted.
Okay.
Anyways, all right. So the original question, I do this a lot, so I apologize, but the original question was culture and like how we would describe it. I think culture, everyone like refers to culture, and I feel like it's a very like overused word sometimes, you know? And so I think that it gets kind of beat up, but I think that like the biggest thing for me is two things, and one is collaboration, and then one is like one of our new brand, you know, kind of sayings, and that's "we is bigger than me." And
Hmm.
so I think, and I don't know if it's because, you know, people have sponsoring agents and things like that, or because we're all growing this together, but like I've never had a more connected and collaborative culture than I have here, you know. And so the previous company I was with, we had 16 offices, we had like 1,000 agents in Houston, and like I talk to agents more here, both in Houston and in Maryland or Georgia or California or wherever. Like I talk to agents more now than I ever did at my previous company, right? And so I think that we're all connected in a way that we want to see each other succeed, right? And so like you and I, for example, like we aren't connected financially, right? Like we are
Nope.
neither of us are each other's sponsors, or we're not in each other's lines in any way. But like if you called me and we're like, hey, can we hop on a call and go over like Instagram? Like I would do it in a heartbeat, right? And like that's the connected community and the collaboration that like I've just not really seen at other companies. And so the one real concept I feel has really permeated our culture, and just the mindset of you know, our friends. And so
Yeah.
it's been fun to see.
What Sharon always says is collaboration over competition, and I love that. I think that that is absolutely, you know, kind of the case here at Real. All right, and so you've been here with 3 years now. What is like your single favorite thing about being an agent here at Real Broker?
Single favorite thing at
Narrow
Real.
it down. Top 10 list, narrow down to just one
I know,
favorite.
I know. You're really pigeonholing me here. I would have to say it's the community. You know, I think that some of my very, you know, closest friends, you know, are with Real, and it's been really cool to see. You know, if you would asked me 3 years ago, it definitely would have been the money. So that's, you know, I am very transparent in letting people know that as to why I came here, but like why I'm still here is the community and the people.
Yeah, I think it really is a pretty unique value proposition that we have here with this community. And yeah, I've been an agent for almost 8 years now, and it's never been something I experienced
Yeah.
at this level before at any other company that I've been with. All right, Katie, if anybody wanted to reach out to you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, best place would be Instagram. Move me to Texas, MoveMeToTX.
All right. Thanks so much for your time, Katie. So I recently started a weekly email of free training here at Real Broker that's open to all agents at all brokerages. Every single week, I personally hand select what I think are the 5 most interesting live trainings that we have going on that week in the Real Academy, and I send that out to my email list. If you like free training and you'd like to sign up for this weekly email, I have a link down in the description below. And if you'd like to see more interviews just like this on the Next Gen Agents Show, you can check out this playlist right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.